Welcome to this training session on HR Intranet on performance reviews and creating and modifying your online performance review. So we're here on the main page and we're just going to click open Performance Review Online. And if I click here, respond to this survey, that's going to take me into the performance review. So we're looking at what a person would get if they were needing to do their performance review online. This certainly doesn't replace having a conversation about what this person's rated and how they're going. It's definitely just one step in the performance review. But this review has been created so that you can collect information not only from the employee, you can have the manager rate them, you can have the employee rate themselves, you can send a link through to another staff member to get a bit better indication of how the employee is going. So you would enter here your name as a manager, Nell Smith, and we're doing Joe Blogs review. You can click what type of review it is, whether it's an annual review or if you do still have probation reviews, even though they're actually not under the Fair Work Act anymore, but some people have aligned their probationary reviews with the 6-month grace period on unfair dismissal. You can click that. And then we get into the nitty-gritty of the questions. Now, the way that we've set this up, and our hard copy performance review, also available on the HR Intranet, is set up the same way. We're looking at competencies. We're always really interested in the soft skills area because it does make the difference between a fabulous performer and an average performer. So here we're looking at team player, and we've got different ways that different things we can rate this person on team player. So the first one is, do they act in a way that benefits the company, not focusing exclusively on their own needs? Well, we'll say that Joe Blogs is doing pretty well in that area. Does Joe recognise colleagues' workloads and work to assist the team to complete projects in a timely manner? Yep, we reckon he does, so he's scored an excellent on that. When knowledge or particular skills are greater than other staff members, is keen to provide assistance. Yeah, he could do with a bit of work on that. So you can see there that we've rated him here, and we can also make further comment in this section if we want to direct Joe to what he might like to do to improve in that area. You can also leave that blank. Then we've got an attitude competency, which has got many different areas that you can rate them on. If something just doesn't apply, just click NA there. Professionalism, time management, organisational ability, and on and on. So there are about 24 different competencies that have been plugged into this performance review, and you can alter them and create new questions, new competencies that fit your organisation. So let's just go and see how we do that. So as an HR administrator, you're going to have full rights to set this, and you've got this little button here called Settings. You can either add a question if you think that more questions need to be added to this survey, which is a performance review online, or you can go in and edit the questions by hitting Survey Settings. So Survey Settings brings up our questions, and we can see here that we've got our team player one. If we just click on that to open it, it takes us into the setup. So you can change anything up the top here on the main competency, or you can go in and change line items. So each one of those things that we got a 1 to 5 to rate on was on its own line. So to create another one into our team player competency, we just go to the end of the last line, click down, and then we can type whatever we like, and that'll give us another line item to rate a person on. Now we've used a 5 scale, which ranges from unacceptable to excellent, with meets expectations in the middle and an NA option. You can change any of those elements as well to suit you. So I'm just going to hit cancel here, and that's how you get in and create customised performance reviews. You can add question also from here. You can change the order of the questions. Just beware, make sure you go back in and check it to make sure you're happy with how it flows in the order. So we'll just go back into the performance review. Now, when we've done a performance review, all the responses for the performance review will show here. Now, no one's responded to this survey. So we would click here and we would have all the different names, and we'd be able to click and open it, and then just choose your normal print function to print that out as a hard copy review to take into a performance meeting. just going to go back here now though, because what we can do, we've got performance review online as our general one, but if you want to make them customized specifically to each position in your organisation, as an administrator you can go into site actions and do create. And here we've got the lovely performance review template. So if I click that open, that'll give me all the same content that was in my last performance review. I can then alter that content and call it receptionist, marketing manager, whatever you want it to be. You can customize it and it'll sit then on the quick launch here, and you'll be able to choose which performance review you want to send to the party involved. You can also get alerts to your inbox when someone actually does their performance review. So if you just click this alert me, and see, that's me, Tammy Clinch. I want to know when new items are added, and click OK. I want to be emailed, so that's when I get an alert. Okay. So when you want to send a performance review link through to someone to do, you just go up and copy that. That tells us where the performance review is, and you just copy and paste that into your email, and then they'll be able to click on that link and it'll take them to the right performance review. Now, the way that this is password protected is because you're HR, you'll be able to see all responses. Employees will only be able to see their own response. If a manager wants access to an employee's response online, you will have to change the permission setting for that manager, because otherwise you might find other employees getting on and finding out what other people did in their performance reviews. So it's better to just have HR with the access. Employees only have access to their own survey, and after that it all just gets printed out and talked about at the performance meeting. Once you've done your performance reviews, it's always really good to get some goals out of a performance review, and the bottom section of that performance review document, which we didn't get to, actually has an action plan section where it's asking what actions can this employee take to improve their performance in a particular competency. So that's where you can enter them into the performance goals database. Just create a new one. So you can take what action items the employee has come up with. You can relate it off to an organisational goal. Again, these are all fields that you can alter, and you just need to watch the Camtasia video of altering fields to be able to find out how to do that. Type in the employee's name to assign the goal to them, and that'll hit their inbox, and then they can manage that goal and working towards it over the next few months. This is where we look at what the different competencies are that it might relate to. So if you've got an employee that's working on 4 different team goals, obviously they need to improve in that category. And then you can close it off after they have completed that goal. Did they meet their expectation, fell short, not completed, or other? And then that will be appearing on their homepage of the intranet, their performance goals. So it really focuses people on working towards improving their performance on a daily basis, not just once a year when you're doing your performance reviews. I hope that gives you enough information, but again, if you get stuck and you need some help, definitely email us or give us a call at Insight HR. Thank you.